2024 Planning Commission meeting to order. The first item on the agenda is a lot consolidation of 30 and 34 South Ave. Is anyone here to speak on their behalf? Yes, Roy?
I am, so, Mr. Entity is in the process of trying to unload some of his properties. The bank for the potential buyer will not finance a property with 3 dwellings on it as a residential property, that they'll call it commercial property, and it's something to do with finance. Anyway, so what he's intended to do is to cut one of the properties off on 34, which has 3 residential units on it. And the one he's cutting off happens to be numbered 30.5 South Ave, which is directly behind 30. So to be able to do that, obviously he needed a bunch of variances, and he was granted all those variances at the last. Had a use variance to have two families on the same property.
All right, it came up that there was an address of 32, South Ave. Where is
32
that?
right smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, how does that?
He owns the whole complex.
But he's gonna buy 30 and 34 without touching
No,
32?
he's gonna combine 30 and 30.5. He's taking,
Are there any lot plans showing this?
Paperwork for
yeah,
this?
it's on the drawings.
No, it didn't come in
There's
our
nothing.
attachment that we got
There's
last
nothing.
week.
We got nothing.
Oh, and no updated plot plans?
Nope.
No,
Yeah,
there's no
nothing.
updated plot plans, Mr. Kennedy. I did all the paperwork on it myself. It was my impression, and I didn't tell him he needed updated plot plans until it's approved.
Even
Doesn't need updated.
existing plot plan would have been better than nothing.
Let me just double check. Like, just,
You see this, like this one here?
The PDF I looked at.
Yeah, that's just what they would.
They didn't come in the PDF, did they?
Yes.
I didn't see anything in the PDF.
I know, page 2 of the PDF that I have looking at.
When did you get that?
Whenever she sent it out, Friday?
I guess I didn't get.
I didn't get that
I saw that.
When I looked at it before, but I don't see it today.
All I
just had to
saw was
figure
the
that
other
out.
property on Oligo.
Yeah, it's legal legal.
So,
nobody got that.
the two applications for, agenda item 1 and 2.
I don't know why you
There's
guys
two
don't have
ways
it
to go
right here.
through, like I sent it
I
out.
was just saying that
and
when I got my email,
I realized
I didn't get
that
this.
sometime after the fact, you know, all go through.
Right.
So I uploaded them to the website and then
This one, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's big.
resent it saying,
yeah, I didn't get that.
So the second
Was
email you
it
sent
an
you?
email that you got?
yeah.
he just opened up whatever Andy sent us, whatever.
So I sent it through once where all of the documents were attached.
Yeah,
I realized like a day later that it didn't go through to a lot of people. So I then resent, but instead of sending them as attachments, I uploaded them to the website. And I attached a link,
I got mine on
but
Wednesday.
was I included in that email? Because I don't remember seeing that.
So there's this application with attachment.
Here's what I got on Wednesday. See,
all omissions are possible, Jim.
let me see, are you on there? Here are the email addresses.
Yeah, so
This is. Nah. I'm not seeing that.
You see Brendan, Chris,
Oh, he's got my name. I wonder if,
Mike, Roy. Wednesday afternoon, it looks like you came in at 1:44 on my, that's when I.
Yeah, I got mine. Here.
okay, so
If you click the blue link,
exactly.
it should pull it up.
Yeah, so maybe
On the email.
I may not have been clear in my instructions that when you open the agenda and you click on the agenda item, it then opens the application
That's how I
in your
use it.
internet browser.
Smart.
I know, sir. I think only way to do it differently.
Okay.
Jim, I can send these links to you right
These are
now.
together right now?
Yeah.
Um,
And then this will.
anybody else? I'll
So
send
we
you
have to
that.
go to the agenda itself,
Let's have it.
Yep.
This goes
the,
here.
the agenda that you didn't get?
Yeah.
So now there's two houses, the blue text,
Two houses.
it says what it is.
Yes,
Click
I
on that,
will.
that's the link.
There's a,
Link for all three agenda items.
in the packet there as well, there's a shared.
The Zoom link?
No, the actual.
No, the actual go to the text.
When you click on that blue.
Yeah, it's not what
It's a link.
just said.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, my apologies for not being,
First time.
This is shared driveway, this driveway is
I
here.
think I must just bear it up by accident.
Um,
Cause I've always caught.
Well, I'll know next time, but.
well, all right, I just resent, I think I was assuming,
And it's
because what I've been doing whenever I send the agenda is
Yeah, it looks like.
sending
I would reiterate,
one
in your,
document,
I'll tell you.
and then each agenda item, when you click it, it links you down
Yeah.
to where, so
Got it now. I didn't know that before.
you would do the same thing as before, you'd click that link, but it would open it as well.
Yeah.
So
That, usually that material be included in the, what you send out now, the agenda and all the backup.
It'll just, it would be, the files quite frequently are too big for a normal email, so.
Well, link's fine.
But, yeah, I just didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Because-
Even with-
Works great.
I have trouble sending it to the county.
Oh, no, it's-
Oh, okay.
Wow. You're sure you're right now.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can do.
So I just sent an email to everybody that, with the link to, where you can retrieve them on the web.
Great.
I guess I'm still not clear. He's consolidating 30 and 34. What's going on with 32? That, I don't.
32 is not, so he's not, he's, I think the consolidation word is incorrect, he's subdividing 34, he's taking that third property, the 34 is in an L.
Right.
He's taking that one all the way over to behind
32.
30, it's behind 30 and 32. And he's combining it with 30, so you have 30 to 30 and a half South Ave, you have 34 to 34 and a half South. Right now, you have 34 South Ave, 34 and a half South Ave, and 30 and a half on the same parcel.
I'm not comfortable with all this joining of parcels together. You're not supposed to be joining them into your, equal one. This just seems like a mess.
Well, the good news is he's gonna have to do some upgrades on this. In terms of landscaping and paving and otherwise he, and anyway, that was a,
Why does he want to?
So
do
he's
that? I
selling-
know you explained it a minute ago, but I didn't quite catch it.
financing, the bank will not finance, and I don't know the reasoning, I didn't look into the reasoning, I was told the bank will not finance 3 residential units on the same property as a residential loan, it has to be a commercial loan at that point, which I'm thinking is more interest.
Interest rates, yeah.
So what, he's selling it or something? or-
Yes, so
So is it 34 he's trying to sell?
he's selling both properties.
But they're still gonna be maintained as residential instead of commercial.
Yeah.
So we're switching from 3 parcels
The two.
with a 1 residence, 3 residents,
So right now,
to
30 has
2
one,
residents, 1 residence, 2 residents.
yeah, but 32 is not involved with
It's
this.
not involved in this, but that's the layout.
So it'll be 2, 1, 2 instead of
So 30
1,
has
1, 3.
Okay.
Why join the other two? I mean, if he wants to remove that one, why don't we just remove it and put it back as a single parcel?
He wants it on, I don't know, that's what he asked.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he got an area, I mean, he got a use variance to do that because it's not allowed, obviously, you can't have two families on the same property.
So where's
The
it
Google Maps is showing there's a street there, is that actually?
That's not,
That's not accurate, no.
so the one on the right is, the one on the right is 30 is, a shared easement with 28. And that is in your package as well.
It just labels on there. And then it's just a driveway goes around the back, paved.
So there is no paved driveway.
Goes to the.
That was, so
So what is behind there? It looks like a,
what's back there?
yeah.
A mess.
Brad.
I see that. This looks like a driveway right here.
Yeah.
It's
It
not-
is, but it's
just gravel.
unpaved gravel driveway. So he was initially, he tried to get an area variance for front yard parking last year or the year before. And it was denied because of the condition of that lot. That lot is a mess. So I went to the county with this, and the county and I came to some conclusion. So I would make this, if you are gonna pass this, you reiterate what the ZBA did, and this lot has to be brought up to current code in parking and landscaping.
And this would be up to the current owner to bring it up to.
Yeah, because, no, well, whatever comes, if this, so yours, yes, it would be up to the current owner or the new owner. What's gonna happen is I'll pull it. And then they'll lose their mortgage on it.
Are
So,
there any current violations on this house, on this property?
no,
Is that driveway legal in the front?
it is not. But it was, so that front yard parking driveway in the front, then he has a area variance for that now. He was granted, so it is legal.
By who? By us?
By you guys.
Don't let it do it.
So there's gonna be 2-1-2 left when everything's said and done. There'll be 2 units on one parcel, 1 on one, and then 2 on the other one. Is that the idea?
It'll be 2, 1, and 2, yes.
2,
2,
1.
1 and 2.
And again,
He has, if you look at the Google map picture of it, and I drove by it today, it's a lot more cleaned up than it was. Okay,
Yeah, I took some pictures today, if anybody wants to see
I
it.
mean, it's,
Still not.
the Google map picture looks like a, you know.
so I'll say this, the gentleman
Cars on
that
there.
is purchasing the property has purchased a couple other of his properties, and he has been pretty decent to work with. It was made clear to Mr. Kennedy, and I told him to make it clear to the new buyer that this work. The landscaping and the paving has to be done.
I guess I'm saying, is it up to us to give him a variance of something that's illegal
No,
to facilitate his financing? If he, to then join the other one with it, if he wants to remove one from it, but not join it to another one, I'd be comfortable, right? Because separate them all into their individual lots, and then he'd have no problem selling.
the difference is though, he only has the easement for that one side driveway, he does. Once you start separating all the lots, then you start talking about easements and everything else.
There's 2 in the back that wouldn't have access without an easement.
He's not, normally, guys, 30, not 34. So with this,
He doesn't own 32, or he owns that also.
He owes 32.
Oh,
you would get these people this foot lot with the landmark.
So essentially, unless I forgot something, and I failed, all the non-conformities have been addressed at the previous DBA meeting. So now it's just up to you guys to make sure that the lot line adjustment of 30.5 and the subdivision of 34 is approved.
Yeah, it's weird to be doing it on terms of, so we
Terms
get
of-
financing to get place sold, but. I don't know if that's a. Legitimate reason.
I agree with you.
I mean, if you guys are on the board wanting to move forward with it, I'd say that he, before he sells it, needs to get it up to snuff. Instead of passing it along, but I don't even know if that's on. You know, doesn't make sense to pass it on to your buyer, that was, I'm not even on board with doing any of it.
Frankly, neither am I.
How does the rest of the board feel?
I'm kind of feeling like that, we're not really adding any new properties, we're just moving around the property lines. There's, what's there is, there's not much to maintain. So maybe selling some portion of it would inspire somebody to improve it a little bit, but. It's his long-term plan to sell off the other. He's trying to sell them all off.
His brother's got, if you know the history, Ed's got real bad end stage Alzheimer's. He's not doing well, he wants to get out of the business.
Anybody else want to weigh in?
And the 30 and 32 already have a shared, that's shared driveway then?
It's an easement 28.
So 20, that's the wrong, it would be right here. 28 would be over here.
Which is in your, and
So it's
if it's not in the packet you have, it's in the one that I handed you to.
Well, look it up if you want to.
Anybody needs it, if I go down.
I see.
Anybody want the physical?
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody wants a physical application?
So I can see it right there. Only 2 wheelers right there, so that's 30, so 34, no, 28.
32 is just a parking spot in the front.
Should be.
Yeah.
It's like a little spot for one spot, yeah.
Although it's showing
It's 30, 30,
it. I just remember this.
No.
34 has,
They're calling that street, but.
Yeah,
yeah, it's not, like
I know
Roy
it's
said,
that street, but.
it's just easy between there. That's the only way the access back there. I don't know what number said that. On 34, across from 44, it's just.
There's another driveway there.
Yeah,
So
so there's a driveway there, there's a driveway there.
So that driveway at 28 goes all the way around the back road.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Because these are
forever. Not what we paid. Go back and would see.
you go and leave on. Yeah.
You don't know if this subdivision or whatever it would be called is part of the requirements for financing. Do you know if there's any other requirements? I guess.
Yeah, I made it very clear to Mr. Kennedy that the bank needs to know that these are in place, these. None of this goes anywhere unless he gets his work done. So and the bank needs to be made aware. Because if this work doesn't get done, then
So does he do the work and then he comes to us and asks us for a?
I think you're much, honestly, I don't think he's gonna do it. The new owner will have to get it taken care of, he just wants to sell it. But, obviously do it. My job is to make sure these get passed through. Your job is your decision. I've done everything I can to get it through.
Any other further comments from the board?
I don't have a real strong feeling one way or, whatever you, I do think, facilitating a transfer to a new owner would be beneficial. I don't know how we can.
I will tell
Sounds
you
like
that
it's not a good situation.
the site plan, I don't know about the subdivision. If you reiterate that this is all contingent on them getting that work done. I think they said September needs to be done, or at least, have a building permit in my office to get it done by end of September. I think that's, I think that's reasonable. And if they're gonna, so,
Matt, when you say the work, you mean the paving, parking spots and.
oh, and there's two lots, two families on both lots, so all that new paving work's gonna have to come in front of you guys again, anyway. So,
We do this, so we don't hear anything again.
I can tell you, this is approved, if he doesn't do it, the bank's gonna be getting phone calls from me, and I'm not a lawyer, but from what I understand, if you say this is contingent on this and you don't do it, there's potential mortgage fraud there, there's other things.
I mean, I could, personally, I could live with approving this as long as the parking and the vegetation.
And that's, I'm telling you, that's what the county said, that's what the ZBA said, because the lot itself is a mess.
I mean, like somebody just said down there, you know, we've got a bad situation, we're trying to make it better.
And I think that's the good part about it, is that we can get this fixed.
Right.
That's good, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, ideally, the parking, the layout and the landscaping all would come at the same time, but that doesn't happen, so. But you're saying it's gonna have to come anyway.
And I was thinking about this, I would, the ZBA didn't do it, but I would add it to yours that the bank is notified about these approvals and that these approvals will be known, what work is. That wasn't put on the ZBA approval, but I think you guys can do that. That way the bank has to know that this work has to be done, so they might not even approve it, right?
Well, what if somebody else comes in and just buys it?
Yeah, that's
Well, I mean, we're setting this up for the people buying it versus.
I understand that, but the other thing I'm thinking is, and this is just me. I'm spitballing. The guy now knows he has to do all this work, so he gets a bigger loan, or the bank says, okay, we were gonna give you this, now we're gonna give you this, you just have to do all this extra work. Right? So, I mean, Six and one have this, I'm just trying to find creative ways to get pre-existing non-conforming properties conform
Yeah, I agree with that.
and look better. I mean, and let's face it, that area needs to look, no doubt.
Just the quality of those two houses in the back. I mean, from the air, they look like they should be condemned.
So the guy just redid the entire inside of, the new owner just did the entire inside of
Which one?
30.5, we just did the inspection. You know what, it's low income housing, and do the exteriors need to be done up? Absolutely, sure they do. But this is one small step, right? So hopefully getting it fixed up, it's creative thinking outside the box to try to get, you know, these non-conforming blinded properties to start coming into conformity. And is it gonna work 100% of the time? No, you just, and then you chalk it up and that didn't work, try something else. But at least now I have a vehicle to follow through on making him do this. Whereas before, as it stands, it's pre-existing non-conforming, doesn't gotta pay, places look like crap, because it's pre-existing non-conforming, right? Otherwise, it has to be an impervious surface. And the landscaping, there's these complexes need landscaping, according to the zoning code too.
On the plus side, I can't see how moving the property line is going to possibly make anything worse.
I agree with that.
And I will.
Just the problems that we inherited with this thing, you know,
Right.
you know, kind of puts
My whole
us
issue
in
is-
blind, and I don't want.
Yeah, my whole issue is tying into the financial
That
bank
too.
or whatever. I mean, right, because he could go to a different bank and that agreement's not even set up.
Well, so, yeah, that's true, whatever,
And he's not here to
again,
speak
you know, whatever, I'm just telling you guys that this work doesn't get done. He's losing all the area variances and he can't do it anyway, so. all those area variances he got, and the use variance were contingent on him doing all this work, and that's what the county said, so he'll lose everything. I mean, so
When you say he, is that the property owner now or that new property owner?
that's entity, but the area variances go with the property.
Right.
So if that work's not done, then. Yeah.
What do you guys wanna do? Take it one step at a time. What about agenda item 1? I think everybody's expressed their opinions that I have one. Anybody feel comfortable making a motion?
That's just a consolidation.
So, yeah, we gotta take them one at a time, consolidation,
Like
yeah.
the numbers on the agenda are. Right, so it should be-
What numbers?
They're not the correct numbers, right?
Yeah.
Those are,
Number one, not the actual. numbers that-
it's not 30 and 34.
Yeah, there's 30 and 34.
That's 30.
It is 30 and 34, so
It's 32's in the middle.
32 is not involved.
I thought it was 30 and 50.
34, what you're doing is you're taking a portion of 34 off, and you're putting it on the back.
Of
I
30.
think the lot is 30
Yeah.
and the house number is 30. Just-
Again, how weird is that house actually happens to be 39 South Avenue, you're adding it to 30, it's just. Or you could be adding. And whatever you guys decide, I assure you that this is not gonna get
Yeah.
swept under the carpet. If this work doesn't get done,
Is that clear or?
I will
No.
personally hammer them.
This one here is gonna, this line's gonna go across here.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be,
Yeah, that one map kind of shows that they're just crossing it off.
Yeah.
The annex.
I don't know if that's.
Oops. So like this,
Yeah,
it's
that
gonna
one.
become an L. And it shortens that property or shortens both of
I
them.
think it's currently now.
This one's gonna become I think, this one's gonna become part of this.
34 stops being an L.
So when we look at this and it's an L, is that the proposed or is that the existing?
I don't know. Yeah, because it comes to like.
So this is-
Yeah, no, this way.
This is the existing, the L?
Yeah, that you're gonna get rid of that part and make it.
So that-
3.
That property line there,
Yeah,
it's gonna go straight.
okay.
And so this is gonna join with this.
So I would say that makes total sense. And looking at the property line,
The L's just going the other direction.
now there's no L, right? So everybody will be straight back.
You know, well, this is-
Yeah, it's just gonna be straight.
Little bit.
It'll be a little.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna,
Yeah, so it cleans it up.
it cleans it up.
I got that.
Although it would be fun to own property behind your neighbors.
And if you do have to vote yes, I would just hammer home the conditions like the ZBA did.
Right.
Sure. I agree.
Well, the 3 conditions I heard was making sure the parking was done, the vegetative strip was done, and if they weren't done, then we would notify whatever bank he's
Well,
working.
the landscaping in general, not the best.
All right, landscaping in general, and then
Trees, grass, because right now the whole place is just a mess with gravel and mud.
And the third contingency would be to notify, we could just say, Pete, financial institution he's working with, we wouldn't have to specify a specific bank.
Yeah, so the financial institution of choice,
Right, just leave it open so that,
or the lender, just say whoever
Should be.
whoever is the lender.
How'd you phrase it?
well, you know, he has to get the parking up to snuff, he has to get the or the landscaping up to snuff, and he has to, and in not doing that, the lender of choice will be notified that those conditions have not been met.
That's what you're suggesting.
Yeah, and I suggested lender of choice should be notified if they're not met, but my other suggestion is that the lender of choice needs to be a mayor,
Yeah.
needs to be made aware
See, I think I agree
that
with that.
these are conditions from the start,
From the start.
otherwise.
I agree from that from the start.
Alright. So somebody wanna put that in, verbiage?
So we just remove occupancy, right? So you can't occupy, if you can't Well, that, you have the authority
I
to do
have the
that.
absolute authority to do that, and I
Right.
guarantee you I will, because I
Forget
have
about
no
the-
problem doing it.
Forget about the financial institution, be like,
Yeah,
we're
but
gonna
I just think
kick you out of that.
a part of this is the bank though.
Yeah, but what if the next buyer doesn't need a loan, he can just buy it and it continues
Well,
on.
the next buyer is the one that is getting the loan, refinance. Not benefiting.
Right, I understand that, but I'm saying we have to write it in such a way that if a buyer doesn't need a loan, it's the same.
If a new buyer
same
came along,
requirements.
for whatever reason, this
Right.
falls through, new buyer comes along, it's
Oh, I
been
see what you're saying.
it's been consolidated, but we still. have
Yeah.
authority.
Ultimately, like you said, I have the right to just say. Or I can pull the rental, or rental. companies, Right, I have options.
Yeah,
Okay. I think we're-
And because I'm trying to find creative ways to bring these non-conforming properties into conformity. I also have ways to say, no, you didn't do it.
Didn't meet the
And now you gotta start, you lose your rental permit, you lose your occupancy certs, I mean, I have ways to take care of that, so.
Are all these like abandoned cars back there, is it just like a junkyard?
It's
or-
not like that.
It's not like that?
It's, yeah, that's what I was noticing that too, so I drove by it today looking to see if that was still the case.
It was like that for a while. That guy, I don't think that guy lives back in that part.
All the cars are gone, it's gravel
Cause we were hammering pretty good about it. Yeah.
I was there today too, but I couldn't see all the way back.
Drive back.
We're going to driveway. It's not that, it goes right up. Yes. According to that.
Next time you wanna go for a ride, Brandon, I'll put you in my truck, go for a ride.
The four-wheel drive, is that why?
All right, so can we all live with that, those requirements that we stated?
yeah, I even think it makes sense.
All right.
But specifically, condition on the following parking.
Parking has to be up to code, landscaping has to be up to code. And if those two requirements aren't met, the financial institution of choice.
Do we wanna, sorry to interrupt your flow.
Right.
Do we wanna say in the motion, just meeting current city code?
Yeah, we could just make it general like that, all codes, all
That way
city
it's-
codes have to be.
You get them on anything you wanna get them on?
Yes, I don't know about that,
Yeah,
because I mean, you can't nail them for
There's also the.
things inside the structure,
Sure.
but I would say anything pertinent in chapter 300, absolutely,
On all,
because that's the only thing, right?
Parking and landscaping is pretty much
All zoning?
everything that can be done here, right, to improve it.
Any exterior non-conformities?
Exterior non-conformity sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you get all that, Andy?
all exterior non-conformities being brought into compliance.
Yes,
Does anybody want to add anything else before we
And,
go?
is there a third condition?
The lender,
we're notifying the lender now. I think we were just.
we could say if a lender is used, that he or she be notified of these conditions, either being met or not being. met.
Who notifies the lender? What's the process?
Well, I guess you would have to tell them, right? Right. Somebody.
Well, since Mr. Bennett chose not to be here tonight, I will prevent, I did, by the way, the last time I met Mr. Bennett, I said, I need to know who this guy's. Oh, and I was told, yes, sir, I'll get that right too, but I will reiterate to him again. That I need to know, and I will give him this little packet for you guys.
Okay, so lender portion of the element. Authority is.
Well, we could say if a lender is so used, that lender be notified that the condition, if the conditions have not been met, that the lender be notified.
Because the idea of doing that is that,
they're gonna be on them, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
well, yeah, because it can't be rented if they're not.
Pressure, right?
The lender would be advised of not.
Not,
Right.
that's a good way. Everybody live with that?
And the need the remedy set now.
All right, can I have a motion to that effect? Want a motion?
I'll make a motion for that.
All right, Chris, can I get a second?
No, thank you.
Further discussion? All right, all those in favor of the motion that we just made, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Hey,
One, all right, 6-1. Motion carried. All right, now the second thing is the lot line adjustment that goes along with this, yeah. Anything you want to add to that? I mean, it's just redrawn.
It's all one big.
Right. With just a separate motion. Can I get a motion to adjust the lot lines as a agenda item number 2?
I'll make that motion.
All right, Jim, can I get a second?
I'll second.
Tony,
Can,
further discussion?
can we put requirements on that one too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, what do you want to have on that, Chris?
Why don't we do the same contingencies?
Contingencies?
Seems fair.
Can we, you just copy it from the first one?
Yeah.
So,
That's good part, they could-
All right, further discussion? All right, all those in favor of, the lot line adjustment for 34 South Ave, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
hey,
All right, six, nay or no?
no,
Okay, 6-1. I just want to make sure it wasn't a, what do you call
double
Who did
negative.
make those motions on that?
it? It was Jim made the motion, and
Jim
Tony
and I
seconded it, I believe. All right, our third item on the agenda is, a property that we considered last month, and we wanted some more information, I believe, or possibly have him come to us and explain to us.
So I'm also representing Mr. Arden.
Is there anybody you don't represent? But,
I represent I work for the constituents of the city of Cornwall.
yeah,
So after the last meeting, I was given some drawings from a board member of what potentially might be at our option. They were forwarded to Mr. Arden and he turned them down.
really?
Yep. And I even suggested, well, if you want, because he wants 10 bedrooms.
I don't think there's enough room on the property. I mean, I hate to turn a guy down. It's like-
That's,
I
so
thought it had 6 parking.
I'm saying, I made this the same suggestion
Yeah.
you guys did.
Right.
That you keep that footprint, that whoever
Yeah.
the drawing came from, and you put an additional. Cause it was up and down 6,
Yeah,
so you want 10, go up with another unit of 3, or go down with another unit of 3 and put in the sprinkler system.
Right.
Didn't want to hear.
Or you could have 2, 3 bedrooms on each floor, 2 more in the attic, 2 more in the basement. You'd have, you'd still have room under the eaves and some room in the basement for
I
utilities.
made all those.
Right, so, he was already approved for the variance for the front yard setback.
And then it changed into.
But his drawings are different than what he was approved for.
Absolutely,
And so nothing's changed since the last time we met.
nothing has changed.
So I make a motion that we, I don't know, deny.
I'll second.
all right, second, further discussion? All right, all those in favor of denying the motion for 16 Owego Street, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed to that? All right, motion carried, so that one's been turned down. All right, next item on our agenda is approval of minutes from our March meeting. I printed a hard copy out if anybody wants to look at it, if you haven't had a chance to look at it. Any additions or corrections to the minutes that Andy provided us? No, I didn't see anything. All right, seeing none, can I have a motion to approve the minutes from our March 4th meeting?
Make a motion.
Tony, second?
I'll second.
All right, Mike, any further discussion? All right, all those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed?
I gotta recuse, I wasn't here.
You were here, that's right. Okay, so 1 approves, so 6-0. All right, our next meeting is in May. It will be May, I gotta I
May
don't,
6th.
May sixth, thank you, May sixth, 2024. Just let Andy know if you can't be here, okay? I agree with gentlemen, see you in May.
It'll be on the first Monday, all right? So
It'll be on the
Yeah.
first Monday.
calendar.
I got my phone up.
Motion to adjourn?
Oh, yeah, motion to adjourn.
Sure, I'll make that
Hi,
motion.
Chris, second, wait.
I saw that.
Other Chris, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion, we are adjourned. See
It's
you
gonna
guys.
be a busy month.